So guys, Errol Spence isn't too happy with Keith Thurman and Vergil Ortiz. He calls Keith Thurman a fake, and he says Vergil Ortiz is a crybaby, little kid that's crying. I don't know what Vergil Ortiz has said or done, if I'm honest with you. I understand why he's calling Keith Thurman a fake. I don't... Is Keith Thurman a fake? Not really, if I'm honest. I don't think he's a fake. I just think that at the time he didn't want to fight Errol Spence because he felt like he wasn't comfortable. And I think he would have faced Errol Spence. He did make excuses of not wanting to face Errol Spence. I understand that. But I understand you came back from injury, you know. And when he was champion, Errol Spence wasn't really relevant at that point. You know, he went over to fight Kell Brook. And when he beat Kell Brook, I think Keith Thurman then became injured. He got injured. So I don't really think you can hate on Keith Thurman. I get why Keith Thurman gets a lot of stick. And I do believe he did duck Errol Spence. But Errol Spence also said that he's not interested in Thurman anymore also. So I don't think Thurman's a fake. I just think Thurman is what he is. You know, he's a guy that had the hunger at one point. Probably doesn't have the same hunger now, but still a formidable force. And it's still a fight I would love to see him and Thurman. Spence and Thurman was still a great fight. Still a great fight. Vergil Ortiz is an up-and-coming star. He's an up-and-coming star. And I think with Vergil Ortiz, I think Golden Boy have got something. I really think the kid's special. Great fighter. Southpaw. Brilliant fighter. I don't think he's ready for Errol Spence yet. I don't think that would be a very wise move from Golden Boy to put him in there with Errol Spence anytime soon. I think Errol Spence is too will be too much for him. May know too much for him at the minute. I think that they need to grow Vergil Ortiz at welterweight, let him develop, and then that's definitely a big fight down the line. In terms of the Thurman fight, that's a fight that we want to see right away. That could be made ASAP with Thurman, but I don't like to see Errol Spence v Vergil Ortiz just yet. I do think maybe a year's time, year and a half, I think that would be a massive fight if Errol Spence is still at the weight. And maybe it might not be such a bad thing for Vergil Ortiz to wait and let these guys move up. Now, he may be the type of character that just wants to jump in there with them now and feels that he's ready. And I think with the current situation, I think you're going to see a lot of fighters like Vergil Ortiz that may not be ready for world title shots yet, but because of the current situation, it may force them to jump in, in these big fights because of the fact that you don't know what's going to happen next year. You know, these natural disasters are taking place around us. We don't know. So, these big, fighters, up and coming fighters, they may be forced to take the big fights instead of having that warm-up fight, instead of having the learning fights, jumping in straight into the big fights because of the current situation. Currently, we don't know how long we're going to be out for. We not have no boxing till December, till January, till February, till March, till next year. We don't know. We don't know what's going on with this situation. We know that definitely 10 to 12 weeks, there's nothing. There's going to be nothing for the next couple of months, but that's probably guaranteed. Now, how long it goes on for, we don't know. So when they do come back, I do think there's going to be a lot of desperation from a lot of the promoters, a lot of the fighters, because I think they're going to want these big fights. And I do think someone like Vergil Ortiz may be rushed, maybe pushed, maybe forced to take the big fights because of the current climate. So I do think that's going to happen. I do think we're going to see a lot of these young kids try to take that leap after we get back to normal. But Vergil Ortiz for me is too green to fight Errol Spence yet. Personally, I think he needs a bit more experience. In terms of the Thurman fight, make that now. Make that, please. Crawford, Spence, Crawford, Thurman, Spence. I want to see them all. I'm fed up of them not making these big fights. We need to see them. We need to see these big fights. Thurman Spence is a brilliant fight. Brilliant fight. It's a fight that I would love to see. And Vergil Ortiz, definitely. Vergil Ortiz, what about him against Ugas? What about Vergil Ortiz against Sean Porter? That's not a bad fight. Vergil Ortiz, I know Sean Porter's probably looking for the bigger fish, not looking at Vergil Ortiz. But what about Vergil Ortiz v Danny Garcia? I know Danny Garcia is mandatory for Errol Spence. Vergil Ortiz against Josecito Lopez. That's a good fight. That's a very good fight. Yeah. I would love to see that fight. Vergil Ortiz v Josecito Lopez. That's a brilliant fight. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. And guys, remember to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. See you guys in the next video.